Hello and welcome back to Reddit Insanity number 35.
35, baby. We made it.
I know, 35.
Get to that 100. We're Rick and Morty, 100 years. 100 years.
All right, these are some Today I Fucked Ups. First is by Wonder Embarrassed One. This person puts, Today I fucked up. I was at a work event at dinner with a big group of coworkers. We had a few beers, and I was telling them a harmless story about a coworker from the office, Piper, who accidentally threw away my badge. No big deal. Until I got some confused looks, and then someone asked, "Who's Piper? Do you mean Perry?" I was caught off guard and replied, "Oh yeah, Piper is her first name." They all informed me that her first name was Perry, and that I must be confused. And
Piper Perry, the porn star?
In an attempt to stop myself from looking too
You know how much of a pervert I am? I've seen them all.
In an attempt to stop myself from looking too stupid, I tried to justify my mistake and said, "Oh, I apologize. I must have been thinking of the famous person, Piper Perry." Oh, that's bad.
Hey man, we all know Piper Perry. She's the famous meme where it's the little white girl
Yeah.
and then like a whole row of black men. That's her. Everyone knows Piper Perry.
Everyone accepted this, and we moved on with the conversation, and I decided to do this and Googled it to remind myself why that name was on my mind. And of course, there it was. The reason I confused her name is that I probably watched Piper Perry porno recently.
Oh man.
I know it's in my subconscious. We finished dinner, and I just got back home, but I am dreading work in the morning.
Everyone's gonna be clicking Piper Perry when they get to home. Full show.
That is hilarious.
It is. Can you tell me how popular porn is?
It's like, oh, fuck, the porn star. You know that famous
Oh, super famous one.
All right, next one is by Will Anderson 419.
Like the most normal Will Anderson.
This person puts, she told me straight up that she couldn't function without hitting her vape constantly. She said she even slept with it so she could hit it first thing in the morning and right before sleeping.
Girl, we call that an addiction.
I thought she was joking. I should have listened. She proceeded to hit her vape mid-hookup, and it was the most unattractive thing I have ever seen. Instant boner killer.
So they're just going at it.
And she hits the vape.
And she's like,
Yes.
You know what I saw recently on X? Was this like heavy-set Hispanic guy, right?
Right.
And he's like, and someone's recording him as he's recording something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess like a behind-the-scenes type thing. And he looks over at the camera, he has this big grin on his face, and he's like, and he goes down and he grabs his donut, like one of those long ones. What are they called? Like eclairs or like a bear claw or whatever?
Yeah.
And he's like, eating it, right? And he looks down and you realize that he's recording porno. And he puts it's the girl's on the laying on her back on the couch,
right?
And the dude's like in like kind of like kneeled. He's on his knees, and just kind of like just going at it, like pretty much like basically he's like vertical and she's like horizontal,
right?
Like a typical, like, I don't know what the position name is called,
right?
But it's like partial missionary, and the guy brings the donut up down to the porn star's face, and he looks at him for a second, and he's like, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That shit has popped up twice on my feed, and it's so fucking funny, because then it stops on the woman's face, and she's like in shock. She's like, what the fuck? It's so goofy, though. It's just like the innocence of the big guy getting a donut, right? And then you realize what he's doing. He's recording, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, he's being recorded. He's recording porno. It's fucking hilarious.
Here's the donut.
And then he feeds the porn star guy, and the porn star, at first he looks like he's offended, right? But then he realizes like he understands the bit, and then he's like, oh, he takes a big ass bite of that donut.
It's all the girl and put her off.
And she's all fucking freaked out by it. Shit is fucking hilarious.
So yes, it's almost the same type of
Hey man, you got to make your job fun.
So this girl's hitting a vape though.
Right.
That's, I don't know, that'd be unattractive too.
I'm just saying it was hilarious.
That would be funny, yes. The donut one is much
The
funnier.
the vape thing would be like embarrassing. Like you're hitting it so well, you think, and she's like,
Yeah.
and you just go limp. Like, oh,
Add on the shitty music that was playing way too loudly, the constant need to stop, readjust because her hips weren't flexible, and just starfishing in general. Safe to say, it was the worst sexual experience I've ever had. It's a bummer because she was kind and a very funny person outside of that, but man, switching positions or going on your stomach and then reaching to hit the vape during sex is peak fiend behavior. Or I'm bad at sex and she was just bored.
that's my,
Occam's razor, I guess.
that would be my assumption too. I'm just horrible at it.
She's just hit the vape. Next one is by Defiant Laugh 924.
That's like just like humanity in general, the defiant laugh, rebelling against everything.
I'll leave out the age since they put it in parentheses.
Is it bad?
But since you hate it, so
It's just like there's no need. Like if it's an adultish story, I'm assume you're an adult.
this person puts, I live in a dorm building that has communal bathrooms
Well, the college age, so probably 18, 19, 20.
that everyone in the building uses. FYI, I don't have a roommate. Anyway,
I'd be blowing that fucking bathroom. I would hate to do a communal bathroom. I'd be blowing that toilet out. Then they'd like, oh, when Noah's going to the bathroom, you guys better scatter.
you're it's just noxious fumes.
Basically, yeah. When I shit, I shit.
Anyway, a month or so ago, had to go to the bathroom, but I didn't feel like walking into the bathroom because there was not only was the bathroom kind of gross, I didn't want to leave my room to walk to it. Instead, I found an empty bottle and peed in it. Over the next few days, I peed in more bottles, and there was a collection of like 4 pee bottles on my desk in my room.
What the fuck, bro? At this point, you have a fucking problem.
When I ran out of bottles, I poured them out in the trash and started over and kept this pattern going.
What do you mean in the trash? What do you mean? What do you mean in the trash? You don't put liquid in a fucking trash can?
Anyway, a few weeks later, I was studying with this girl in her lounge in her dorm building, and we were hitting it off pretty well. I've never really had any romantic or sexual experience with women before because I'm usually pretty awkward and not that attractive. But I was getting a pretty strong vibe that she was into me, so when we were done studying, I suggestively asked if we could go somewhere private, and she was down. So we walked up to her room. She realized her roommate was asleep when we went in there, so she asked to come over to my place, especially since I didn't have a roommate. I was about to say yes, but then I remembered that there were bottles of pee sitting on my desk, and I realized I couldn't get rid of them with her there.
I would just be like, we can, but give me one. I'm really embarrassed because my room is messy. Give me 1 second to get it all nice and clean for you. And then I have her sitting outside my door. You know what I mean? What idiotic idea did he have?
So I made up some dumb excuse about me being tired and said no, but maybe later. She was super bummed and asked for a few more times, but I insisted that I was tired, and over the next few days I couldn't hang that much, and now we don't talk much anymore.
Good job, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You nailed it.
Just so well.
You know, I wish like we've been doing Reddit for like 35 episodes. That one day we hear a story, right? That reminds us of a former story, and like it's hard to explain. Like like the whole like interconnectivity of like just in life.
Mhm.
Like we hear like a story about a couple here, right? That break up and all this and that. And then this other guy starts talking about that he saw something. And really, he's talking about the couple we heard about the last. You know what I mean? That would be awesome.
I'm sure it's gonna eventually happen. As many stories as we've went over.
Like this couple was talking about how they almost ran over this one guy and this and that. And then this guy be like, "Oh, this couple almost ran me the fuck over one time. That'd be fucking insane."
I could see it there.
It'd be awesome.
I could see it definitely happening though. Next one is by Fairy Bomb. This person,
Or the best would be like if there's a cashier who has a bad customer, right? Then the customer says how you had a bad cashier. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome.
he wanted to fucking fight me.
It's like, I thought he just had a bad attitude. I'm like, how hard is your job? And, it was like it'd be hilarious.
I could definitely see it there. I mean, look how many we have done. It's eventually gonna happen.
That'd be awesome.
All right, so this person puts, today I was putting on makeup whenever I realized that my nose looked a little funny. Upon closer inspection, I saw that my septum was severely deviated. I sprang into panic mode a little bit, racking my brain for ways that I could have injured myself, but nothing came to mind. I asked my fiancée about it. She said she hadn't noticed. But now that you mention it, damn, it really is deviated. True to my hypochondriac nature, I fell down the WebMD rabbit hole.
Deviated. What? It just moved?
Slightly, just moved a little bit.
It just crooked?
Like not fully crooked, but like your septum on the inside.
Something off, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes one of my nose, it puffs up for some reason. I'm like a sore.
It could be like a heat pump or a pimple.
You ever have those?
Hmm?
Those are fucking painful, right?
They're annoying as fuck too.
Right on the edge of your nose.
I wear sunglasses all day, so I know.
Oh.
When you sweat in the summer.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what could have caused this to randomly happen, and what symptoms can come with having a deviated septum. Breathing trouble, sleep apnea, bad headaches, etc. After fixating on this for a few hours and scaring myself with the possible symptoms I felt I was destined to develop, I was finally able to rub two of my brain cells together long enough to call my mom. I asked her if I always had one, and that's how I found out that I indeed have always had a severely deviated septum.
Severely?
Yeah.
You never noticed?
As does my mom, and her mom before her, 29 years. Never noticed it on myself or her. I looked back at old photos of me, and it was always there.
Like the Matrix just fucking lined up for him. Like, oh my God.
Knowing that it's been like this the whole time eases the stress quite a bit. I figured if I've been breathing okay this long, I'll probably continue to do so for the foreseeable future. Mostly, I'm just boggled that I had no idea, and it never came up once in a conversation, because I tell you, it's deviated as all hell. One of those things I guess you can't unsee.
Yeah, like once you notice it, like when you notice something and you're like, has that lamp always been there? Like you're just instinctively, it's always been there, right? And you're like, oh, but the one day your brain just like,
has it been there?
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute. It's just one of those things. But especially if you've seen yourself your whole life on the mirror, right?
You don't notice certain
And then
things.
something just clicked in her head, and it's like, wait a minute, what's wrong with my nose?
Oh, it's fucked up.
It's been
Like
fucked
that
up,
mirror will be
fucked up forever, apparently.
Next one is by Surreptitious Zephyr.
Surreptitious?
Yes. This person puts, my boyfriend has mentioned he likes dirty talk, and while I'm no pro, I've learned a thing or two from reading smut.
Like, look here, you inconsiderate piece of shit. I want you to wash these dishes. You never do anything around this house. She goes into like all the stuff he never does.
Exactly. Has nothing to do with anything.
With actual erotica.
Yeah. Let's see. Whenever I started, I was a bit rough at it, but I think I've gotten better over time until last night.
Back to square one.
She ended up back at square one, yes. Well, we were getting intimate. I was whispering in his ear and saying some pretty intense stuff. He seemed super into it. I got too cocky, and they just started saying whatever came to my mind, which is a bad move, as you know that that bitch can't be trusted. I had just finished saying something, some new additions to my dirty talk arsenal, and seeing as he enjoyed it, decided to go off script and said, "You can fuck me in any hole, mouth, ass, pee. Call me Jesus Christ, 'cause I'm holy." It's a very yeah.
Okay.
He started laughing so hard that he lost his erection.
You can lose an erection from laughter?
I kind of felt bad because I already got my O, but he did not. However, I started laughing too because it was just so ridiculous. We had a nice laugh, snuggled, and went to sleep. We'll try again later, and I'll limit myself to a list. No deviating from the smut list no more.
Yeah, I would highly recommend that. Do not deviate from your
Pre-scripted stuff.
pre-scripted stuff.
Don't.
Unless you're Will Ferrell, you're good at ad-libbing.
Yes. If you're not good at it and you know you can't do it,
You can't do improv. Don't try improv.
do not try it. That'd be the smart move. Next one is by WebAlarming4759. This person puts, I was sitting in my car and noticed a button with a cigarette and got curious if it actually worked. I pushed down the button and noticed it wouldn't unpress. I unscrewed it and touched the bottom of it to try to push it back up. And it was equivalent to touching a stove.
Good shit.
I said, fuck, and threw away and threw it away as my reaction. I immediately smelled burnt skin. It was awful. The car is a 2018 BMW X5, so I thought that they had gotten rid of real cigarette lighters a while ago. My damn ass literally touched it in the last place you're supposed to. I now have a really bad burn on my finger that is yellow. This is something that kids do, and I'm 21. Anyway, if anyone has some tips on how to treat this type of burn, please let me know.
Yeah, the anti-burn cream you get
Yeah,
in first aids.
yeah.
If it's that bad, go to the hospital.
That's one of those things like whenever you were a kid.
Like, what degree are we talking about here? Yellow skin. What, like first degree maybe?
Maybe.
Or is that the what's?
No, the first degree is the worst.
Okay, so like third degree.
I think.
Well, what's degrees actually? How many are there?
There's 3.
Just 3.
Yeah, it's just 3.
It's probably just third degree burn. Hell, I've got third degree burn from fucking having a pizza land on my hand after out of the microwave. That shit fucking burned because all the melted cheese landed all over on top of my hand.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god damn.
Yeah, because I can't remember if the degrees go forward or backwards, like on intensity.
Right.
I can't remember if first degree is the worst or the least. The least, because I know that the worst it goes through can go all the way to bone.
Yeah.
So, my guess is just a surface level burn.
But man, they still fucking hurt.
Well, because you haven't burned off the nerves, so of course they hurt. The other degrees they burn through your nerves, so you don't feel them.
Jesus,
Where they're painless.
that sounds even worse.
Mm-hmm. Next one is by Tined Wing. This person puts, I'm an avid model builder and hobbyist, and as such, my young 4-year-old enjoys watching me build and paint models. He has recently been a lot more interested in helping me out. This morning, I was building a model while lazily sitting on the couch with my son next to me. He pipes up and asks if he can help assemble a model by putting some glue on it. No worries, I thought. I can help guide his hand to where he needs to go. The glue I use is very thin and almost like water, and it was sitting on top of the model instructions on my leg. Dumb idea. The glue is applied with an applicator brush that is attached to the lid of the glue, so I handed it to my son and showed him where to apply it to the model. Suddenly, my son has shifted his whole body weight to get a better position and has knocked the almost entirely full bottle of glue straight onto my crotch area, emptying it entirely in a fraction of a second. I was annoyed, but accidents happened.
I still beat the shit out of him.
I thought it would be no big deal as the glue evaporates very quickly. Well,
it also burned it, man. It just starts swinging up. How fucked up that would be.
Well, it also burns the fuck out of your skin very quickly when your undies are soaked in the stuff.
Ouch.
Almost immediately felt my nuts on fire. I jumped up off the couch and started trying to rip my jeans off and legged it into the shower to rinse my now red balls.
Damn.
I'm currently nursing some painfully mild, I think, chemical burns on my balls while writing this post. Fingers crossed, it's not that bad. So he don't even know how it's going to end yet.
Damn. He didn't mention how beat up his son was.
He fucked that kid up. You little bastard. Last one is by Cookie Monstrosity 54.
Without cookies, I'm just a monster.
A monstrosity. This person puts, so I want to preface this by saying I'm probably one of the most unserious people, and that this garnered and lost me a lot of friendships over the last few years.
Sound like a cousin.
But I am a very good and loyal friend. So when my oldest friend was having a mental breakdown over some family issues and FaceTimed me crying, I immediately drove to her parents' house where she was staying at the time. After an hour or two of having a good but heavy conversation about what was going on in her life, I excused myself to use the restroom. I haven't been to her parents' house in years, so whenever I walked in, everything was new and remodeled and different, including the bathroom. I never really snoop around in people's bathrooms or anything, but something caught my eye as I was finishing up. Hanging in the shower was a short dagger, hanging from a rope around the head of the around the shower head. Naturally, my dumbass brain goes to the Reddit file compartmentalized deep in the psyche, and I immediately whisper to myself excitedly, "Poop knife."
Poop knife.
Yeah, I'll explain that after. So I pull up my pants and wash my hands and run to the living room where my best friend is, and I ask her if that's a poop knife in her bathroom. A poop what? She asks, naturally, like a normal sane person. So I explain the lore behind the poop knife. This is the lore of the poop knife. Which is sad. The lore is this person, it's a different Reddit post, right? And the other Redditor that posted this is they put, my family poops big. Maybe it's genetic. Maybe it's our diet. But everyone births giant logs of crap. If anyone has...
Wait. This is to break up the shit in the toilet so I can flush. Yeah.
So as anyone has...
Jesus fucking Christ. That's a real thing? I thought like every once in a while some shit's so big you just gotta find a way to break it up. You get like, I don't know.
Plunger?
Yeah, something. Then you gotta clean the plunger. But an actual knife to break down your poop?
We'll continue this. If anyone has laid a mega poop, you know that sometimes it won't flush. It lays across the hole in the bottom of the bowl, and the vortex of draining water merely gives it a good spin as it...
Yeah, believe me, yeah.
Growing up, this was a common enough occurrence that our family had a poop knife. It was an old rusty kitchen knife that hung on the nail in the laundry room, only to be used for that purpose. It was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call out, "Hey, can you give me the poop knife?" I thought it was standard kit. You have your plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife. Fast forward to 22, it's been a day or two between poops, and I'm over at a friend's house. My friend was the local dealer and always had guests over because you can't buy weed without sitting your ass and sampling it for an hour. I excuse myself and lay a gigantic turd. I look down and see that it's sideways one. So I crack the door and call out to my friend. He arrives and I ask him for his poop knife. My what? Your poop knife, I say. I need to use it, please. The fuck is a poop knife? Obviously, he has one. But maybe he calls it a more delicate name. A fecal cleaver, a dung divider, a guano glaive. I explain what I want and why I want it. He starts giggling and then laughing. Then lots of people start laughing. It turns out the music stopped and everyone heard my pleas through the door. It also turns out that none of them had poop knives. It was just my fucked up family with their fucked up bowels.
Jesus
Fuck
Christ.
my life.
They just fucking dropping tanks in the fucking toilet? Jeez. You might have those every, like, once in a lifetime, but every time.
Not every time, no.
Fucking Jesus.
I told this to my wife last night, who was amused and horrified at the same time. It turns out that she did not know what a poop knife was, and she had been using the old rusty knife hanging in the utility closet for basic utility knives, like purposes.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she didn't cook with it, but used it to open Amazon boxes and stuff like that. She will be getting her own utility knife now. So now we go back to the former story.
You might wonder about her knife.
The poop what? She asks, naturally, like a normal sane person. So I explain her this poop story. And she just stares and laughs at me and says that it's not a poop knife, it's a Kirpan. And that her dad usually wears one every day, but the one in the shower is for whenever you take your personal one off so you don't mess it up. Because he's a Sikh, one of those religious people.
Yeah.
And they have those swords around their like collars, like almost like a cross, but it's a sword or a dagger.
That's cool, yes.
Yeah. I felt myself turn 30 shades of red, and I apologized profusely for being a dumbass and basically insulting her religion as a Sikh.
That person must have been so excited. Like, the poop knife's real. That they found a poop knife.
Yep.
There's too many people, by the way, in the world for that one family to be the only one that had a poop knife, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure there's more.
Like, I'm sure there's a whole group of families all over the world
Yep.
that also had some form of, like, there's the poop stick. Put, like, outside the house, so you gotta go grab, or some random shit like that. Now, there's one fucked up person. There's a bunch.
She laughed really hard and said it was fine, and I hugged her and told her I promised to tone down my stupidity from now on. Because she thought it was a poop knife.
I mean, what? I mean, I guess like when you only have
Hanging from the shower though.
you only have one frame of reference for something, right?
Yeah.
And you see it that something fits the requisite of your understanding. You would just assume that what it is. She saw a knife in the bathroom. The only time she's ever thought of a knife in a bathroom was because of a story about a poot knife. So she just Occam razored it.
Yep.
The least, like the easiest answer was the one that
The solution.
yeah.
But
But no, it was a religious item, not a poot knife.
Yep.
The more you know.
That's why you should never jump to conclusions,
No, you should always study the evidence first.
and don't ever trust anything that you see on Reddit. But
A poop knife.
imagine being at that dealer's house. He's like, "Got the poop knife."
He's like, I got a big old shit bag here. This thing must look fucking disgusting, by the way. Just caked from all kinds of fucking shit. It's not even the same color anymore.
No.
It's dulled away.
Oh God.
You think they wash it and clean it, or they just let it dry?
Well, he said that it was a rusty one.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. He's cut the shit.
Cut the shit and put it back.
And then it's not uncommon for his family to call for it in the hole.
Yeah.
You got the poop knife. How big of massive shits are these people taking?
I've had one that from
They're like, damn, like
I've had one that was like 3 months worth of shit or something, and it just blew out of me because I got sick once, and I couldn't go to the bathroom for like 2 months straight, and I got a blockage in my system, so I had to use one of those fucking enemas to blow it out. And when I hit that bathroom, that shit looked like a fucking anaconda. Like it rolled all the way to the rim of the toilet. There was so much shit. I think I broke the entire neighborhood's sewage system. I'm dead serious because we had sewage problems for years after that. We've asked neighbors, like they all of a sudden we had all these sewage. I swear to God, I think I blew out the fucking sewage system. Oh, and they finally fixed it recently. We had to replace the toilet, by the way, because I broke it. I'm dead serious. That's how bad. That's how much shit there was.
oh, shit. Literally shit.
Like, I mean, I've never seen so much shit from a human being in my life. It's like the length of my leg in a roll.
Good Lord.
It was 2 months worth of shit. When I was finally able to shit after all that medication and hospital visits, I was like, BAM! And you know what the craziest thing was?
Instant?
That was, yeah. Like, it was like gone. Like, an entire fucking roll of shit came out in like 30 seconds. Even, no, like 10 seconds. Like, I didn't even feel it come out. Like, I was like, and that was it. Like, one quick grunt, like a baby dropping out of a vagina, just gone.
Which reminds me, have you seen that thing going around where it's what hurts worse, pregnancy or getting hit in the balls?
Don't I say getting hit in the balls? Because you don't want to do it happen again?
Exactly. Where you always hear a woman say, "I want another kid."
She's like, I will never want to get kicked in the balls again.
Exactly.
There's some freaks out there, though. You ever seen the movie Mope?
No. I have not.
You should check it. It is truly a dark glimpse at human nature.
Why you laugh diabolically?
No, it is a general lighthearted giggle.
Sure, like redo of Hiller.
Anyway, that's it for shit.
Cool. No more personal stories.
By the way, I'm sorry if you know what I'm talking. If you're like the one like, is that our house? Yes, I did blow out the fucking sewage system. My bad.
Sorry.
Hey man, a man's got a shit.
And with that, we will talk to you guys on the next one.
Like I blew that bitch out.